Need to see this in the daylight, really.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to see everything in the dark.
But it looks a bit... Okay, here you go.
Okay. Welcome to Chalet 162. I've got the light on, so let me turn this light on here. Okay, see something now. This is what the main living room looks like. Fair amount of room. Sort of feels like a caravan, except not raised. That will sound interesting about the ants, so I'll read that in a moment. That's the dining area. That's better. That's the dining area. And the kitchen area as well. You got microwave and all that, all the stuff you might expect. Fridge looks a decent size as well, so I'm happy with that. Let's head over into the bedroom. Where are the lights here? Here. Okay. This is what I'm guessing. This is the second bedroom with the 2 single beds. Looks like you got some extra mattresses. All of that lot in there. That's where the car's parked. So, okay. Let's go through here. This is the bathroom. Show you very quickly. Sink. It doesn't look too bad actually. Shower looks like a decent size as well, although I probably will hit my head on that at least once. And I'll do the master bedroom as well. Looks okay.
It's dark, so you might want to do it again in the light.
I will do it tomorrow morning as well once everything's in the light. I've noticed something actually. There seems to be something on that pillowcase, but I have to see how that can be resolved.
Okay. You might want to change that.
Yeah, that might need to be changed. There's a little bit of dirt. Looks like some dirt on that mattress and the duvet case. Sorry.
It doesn't look like it's been hoovered very well either, does it?
I think it'll be easy to try and show you tomorrow morning in the light.
Well, okay, come on then. They've got a cleanliness guarantee, so I wonder whether we actually need to...
Yeah, they do have a cleanliness guarantee that says we need to report things within 4 hours of entering the caravan. So that gives us till midnight. So waiting until tomorrow morning might not be such a good idea.
There's a remote down there.
Oh,
haven't paid much attention to it, have they?
What's the TV remote doing down there?
Alright, it's a bit hard to see right now, but there are stains in the carpet and stuff, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So I think we'll settle in and see what else we can find afterwards. Okay, this is the inside of the fridge. That looks a bit dirty in there at the bottom. See what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure you're going to get...
No, there's not much I can do about that. Freezer? Oh, freezer. I can't really say much about that. The oven. Could you get my phone so I can get a little bit of light in there? My phone's got the torch on already.
Okay, but we're going to have to come in anyway, right? So.
Looks okay in there.
Does it?
There's a bit of dirt, a bit of grime there, and you can smell someone's previous cooking.
Yeah. Do you think we might have to make?
Okay, in the microwave. So this is how we're going to have to unload because the car's around the back. We're currently putting it through the window to save us time to do multiple trips going around all of the chalets.
Since the door's on the other side.
Be good door-to-door service, except it's door-to-window service. So we've just found a few issues with the cleanliness of the chalet, and we've been trying to log them on the Haven app, but it seems to not have clocked that we've checked in. Well, it must have though, because it's telling us when to check out. That app seems to be a bit broken, and it's gone past the time for live chat and things, so it's not like we can call them up or anything. Nothing seems to be working. And this is very annoying since you only get 4 hours from your check-in time to actually log any of these cleanliness issues as a part of the cleanliness guarantee. So if we were to wait till tomorrow morning, we wouldn't be covered. We're going to try and figure this out now. If we do, I'll let you know. So with those cleanliness issues, we can't still use the app. The app still doesn't seem to be working. So I was having a look in the pack and we found a phone number we can call for out of office hours. It is quite late. We called them up about the office, about the cleanliness issues, and the guy said that everyone's gone home for the day and that he won't be able to send anyone over for until tomorrow morning-ish. We're going to be out swimming then, so he said that they're going to just come in whilst we're not here and clean up. Now the cleanliness guarantee, as I mentioned before, is only up to 4 hours after you've checked in, so it should. He said he didn't really understand and know about that sort of thing, so we'll have to see whether it's included. It should be. At the end of the day, it's not our fault that it's not cleaned, and at the end of the day, it's not our fault that they've gone home. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated about that cleanliness issue. Morning everyone, we've woken up and had a little swim at the swimming pool, and as promised I'll show you a little bit more of what the chalet looks like. Obviously now it's the morning after we settled in and cleaned up a fair bit, but there's a lot of things we missed last night because it was too dark to see. You can see it's quite dirty on the floor here. One thing we did notice last night was the fridge basket, which we probably got stuff on now. It was a bit dirty. You can see there's still stuff from the previous events. But as I mentioned yesterday, we did call them up because the app was playing up and we couldn't actually report anything through the app. Now, we called them up and they said that someone will be over this morning to actually try and clean up. It's currently 11 o'clock and no sign of anyone, so I'm not sure if anyone will ever turn up. So we're probably going to head over to reception and let them know there in just a moment. Another thing I haven't noticed about the bathroom is that there's no racks or anything, nowhere to really hang, nothing on the door there, nothing to hang your towel on, so it's slightly annoying. There's also no bin or anything in the bathroom, which means that there's nowhere to put female hygiene sanitary products, which is a bit strange. Never always would have thought there would have been some sort of bin or somewhere to put stuff in the bathroom. Let me just show you very quickly the great design of these taps. Now, I'm not sure if you can see the distance between where the water stream is and beside the sink. But who on earth designed this? You can barely get your hands in there. And that's Dylan's small hands.
I can't do it!
That's mine, and I can barely get a finger in there. Also, let me just show you quickly the boiler we've got for the hot water. That tiny little thing there on the left is our boiler. Now, government advice during COVID was that you meant to wash your hands for 20 seconds. So if you turn your tap on, wait for it to warm up. Once it's warm, you apply a bit of soap, and you go to wash your hands. It's already cold. That's how quickly this boiler will run out. You don't even get to wash your hands for 20 seconds, like the government advise you to. Okay, that was a bit of an exaggeration. It actually lasts about a minute or two, but still, that's really, really short time. So you may remember what the oven looked like last night when I showed you. This is what it looks like afterwards, once Angela had come along and cleaned it. As you can see, it's basically sparkly, almost looks brand spanking new, so great job from her, thank you very much. So hopefully, as you saw there, we had a few issues with the chalet we had, and under the cleanliness guarantee given by Haven, we have 4 hours after we check in to log them. We did initially try to do it through the app, however, as you saw there, the app was not working at all. We couldn't use it. It was, I don't know what was wrong with it actually. It just seemed to didn't realise we had checked in. Reception was closed, so that left us with a phone number I found on the keys. We called them up and they said they have no idea, but they had no idea about the cleanliness guarantee, but they'll send someone around in the morning after. So we slept for the night, woke up the morning after, and went to reception quite early, like 9 o'clock-ish, to let them know about the issues. We did that, and they're supposed to send someone around within 2 hours of us letting them know. 2 hours later, there was still nothing, so we went over to remind them again. 11 o'clock, we reminded them again, and we waited till around 12:30. They were cutting it very close here. Someone turned up around 12:30, so they had very little time left. Still, however, they have still technically gone over the 2 hour period because we let them know the night before. Sure, I understand everyone had gone home and stuff, so we'll let you off on that. morning after, we gave you more than 2 hours to turn up. So this is our first time at Haven, so we were a little bit new to all of this stuff through the app. We're much more used to just doing things by going up to people. So in terms of the app, I'm almost 100% sure that it wasn't our fault, but if it was, I don't really see how. It hadn't seemed to have clocked we checked in, and there was no way to say we have checked in. So this might feel a little bit disjointed, but I've now had a reply from the Haven's complaint team. We got a reply from the manager at Perran, and although the cleanliness guarantee is meant to give you peace of mind, trust me, it does not. They literally just throw terms and conditions at you, and if you want to be taken around in circles, I guess you can use them. But essentially, we gave them the issues, and they wouldn't even properly read them, and they just throw terms and condition at you. So, not great experience with the complaints team. So for that reason, all in all, I'm going to give the accommodation a 6 out of 10. Next up, the entertainment. Now this is the big one, so I've tried to split this into a few different sections. The first bit will be the clubhouse and the arcade. Now, I'm just going to go a little bit around here about GoPro. My camera seems to just disappear footage now and again, and it's really annoying because I remember filming the arcade and I double checked it. Now it's disappeared, and it's not even like it's missed out a number or something. It's gone in sequential order. So unfortunately, I can't show you the arcade. It also did the same, funnily enough, with the clubhouse footage. I do have a little bit of clubhouse footage, however, from one of the shows, so I can show you that. But I think from noon onwards they had different kinds of shows going on, some for kids, some for adults. Obviously adults were later in the night, but there seemed to be a nice variety. So anyway, as you can see, the clubhouse is a decent size. They have a bar up there. I will say one thing, however, the prices at the bar are stupidly expensive. I'll give you a little example. At the Green Parrot Wetherspoons, about half an hour walk from the holiday park, you can get a pint of Doom Bar for $2.49. At the holiday park bar, it's over £5. Just understand how crazy that is. Over double the amount. Another example of this is Guinness, which that Wetherspoons was $3.45, and again, I think it was around £6 at the bar, which again is just extortionate. So do keep that in mind. The prices here are well over the top. Anyway, that's enough about the clubhouse area. Let's move on to some of the other entertainment they've got. Let's have a look at the sports activities and things like that. So on site they do have a multi-sports complex. Most of the time it was just being used to play football, but they do run other activities in there. One time we saw segways, which was an interesting one to see. It was a bit of a weird game, didn't really understand it. They have a little park next to that, and they do have a very, very small park, just like a climbing frame and a swing, closer to some other caravans in the sand dunes, which you'll see now. They also do run a few other activities, so they do things like archery in the activities range. They do things like wall climbing, which you'll see up on the screen now. They do a little go-karting, obviously you're pedaling for that, and they have a golf course as well. All of these activities seem to be in pretty good condition. I think they're all paid for, except from the football. They run a dedicated football session, but I think as long as the thing's free, you can use it whenever you want. We personally made our own activities, walking around the local area, as you saw in the vlog series. Do check that out if you haven't seen it already and you've just skipped straight to the review. Hopefully it provides a bit of context and a bit of background to what we got up to during this holiday. So we didn't actually end up going for any of these activities. Okay, next on the list, food facilities. So they have a very, very wide range of catering facilities here. They have a Papa John's, which is new to me. I've never seen a Papa John's on site like that. They've got a bar, Coast Bar, just next to that. They've also got a fish and chip shop, so if you feel like having that, you can always go for that as well. They also have a Slim Chickens, which is like a fried chicken shop, so already a very wide variety, and I've not even covered it all yet. They do also have a main restaurant, which is called Surf Bay. Hopefully you can see that on screen now. And if you feel like cooking your own things but don't have your own supplies, they do have a corner shop just opposite the main 3 restaurants. So all in all, a very wide variety if you want to eat out. I did have a look at a couple of the prices within the corner shop, and obviously I'm not expecting them to be low prices, but they did seem pretty expensive as well. Oh, one last thing, for most of the restaurants, I think for the Papa John's and the Slim Chickens, you can get that delivered to anywhere on the park. I believe you can get it delivered to your caravan, and if you're sat in the clubhouse and you want a bite to eat, you can have it all delivered there as well. So you don't always have to go and collect it. Let's take a quick look at the local area. So probably the closest thing to the holiday park that you might want to see is the St. Perran ruins. They're about a 5-10 minute walk tops to the first thing, which is the cross. I do a whole video about that in the vlog series, do check that out if you haven't already. But that is quite fun to run around and explore the sand dunes. The next closest thing is probably the beach. That's probably about, I don't know, they've got a dedicated ramp going down there, so about another 10-15 minute walk. You can spend a day out on the beach. Obviously we went there during October. It might be a bit warmer during the summer. We did dip our feet and it was completely freezing. The beach is nice and sandy, so it's not rocky and pebbly, but it's quite nice soft sand. Speaking of the beach, there are also caves you can explore. I will mention this again, do check out the whole vlog series. I show you the whole local area. It's probably better if you watch that if you want to look into more detail. But they have lots of different caves along the cliff edge. Those are quite fun to explore. Perran is probably the next closest thing. Like I mentioned before, the Green Parrot, the Weatherspoons in that town, is about half an hour away. There are a couple of parks and things you can look around within Perran town. Obviously you've got the estuary running through the town as well, so that's quite nice to look at. If you continue along the cliff edge around Perran, there are things like Droskian Head and Clicker Head, very far away. We didn't go that far, we just went to Droskian Head, but those are still options as well. Probably about an hour tops away from the holiday park. And finally, probably the furthest thing away is Holywell Bay. It's about 2 and a bit hours to get there, but it's a very fun walk along the sand dunes. You can walk along the sand dunes, or you can walk along the beach to one of the old mines. But hey, I'm not going to give you all the information. Check out the vlog series if you want to find out more details about this. One thing I will say right now is that the holiday park is very, very big. It's spread across a large area, so things that might have been very close for me might not be so close for you. I was at Chalet 162, which was very close to St. Perran's Church. But obviously if you're on the other side of the park, it's probably about extra 10 minutes, which still isn't too bad. Besides, if you're far away from St. Perran's Church, you're actually pretty closer to the beach, so a bit of a trade-off there. Okay, lastly, we're going to look at the water facilities they have here. This is the swimming pool at Haven Perran Sands. You can see they've got a baby pool over there. 1.4 metres down here, and it gets to about 1.1 over here. Yeah, there's always lifeguards around, don't worry mate. There's always one on the watchtower, one over there, so don't worry, you won't drown, will you mate? No. Never. Never. Good to hear, good to hear. This is the baby pool, and you've got a mirror there as well, so you can always keep an eye on the kids. I'm not going to head up the slide or anything, but that's where you come out the slide. It twists round and round and round, been on it once or twice. To be honest though, If you're worried about the water being cold, don't worry. It's like 30 degrees in here. I've got a jumper on, I've got a hoodie on because I just came from outside and it's bloody boiling. There's a water slide up there. You just got the steps and you go down there. They got a camera to make sure there's no collisions. And there's a baby pool, half a metre-ish. And then in there you got the changing rooms. They're just preparing for activity, so I won't keep them too long. But yeah, that's swimming pool. So hopefully, as you saw there, the swimming pool is a pretty decent size. It's got a maximum depth of 1.4 meters, which for me, I'm 6'3", is a bit shallow, but I guess I'm a little bit above average height. The slide wasn't too bad. I think you really have to lean back and actually almost lie down fully on your back, otherwise it's a little bit slow. It is enclosed and it's a spiraling tube, so if you want to go for it, you always can. Just bear in mind you're going to be above a metre though. The changing rooms, or the changing village as they call it, has lockers in them, but you have to deposit £1. Obviously that's returned if you want to use the lockers. You get a key which goes, it's like a wristband, so that means you don't lose it. They got 2 dedicated kids pools. All in all, I think I went swimming every single day I was there, and I had a blast while swimming. I'll explain how the swimming slots are booked in just a moment, and that will be covered in the booking section. Okay, so this is going to just be a little add-on thing about how to book things. So I think it's 4 weeks before you arrive to your accommodation, you're able to book some slots for swimming, which are free by the way. You can book 1 hour slots every 15 minutes. When we were doing this, we were wondering how you actually, organize that. It's actually a wristband system, so they'll give you a coloured wristband and then they'll call out that colour when your session's over. But here comes the strange bit. Prior to arriving, you can only book, I think it's 14 slots for your entire group for your entire stay. Now that doesn't change depending on the number of nights you book. That is set no matter how many nights you're there for. Personally, I don't think this works very well, because for someone staying for 3 nights with only a couple of people, that's fine. They can book as many as they like for the entire stay. But for us, there's 4 of us and there's 7 days. It meant that we could only book for I think 3 or 4 days. Now this gets slightly annoying, because while you can book as many as you like when you actually arrive at the park, you can book as many as you like through the app, I think, either that or you can just go to the reception area for the swimming pool. It means that people that you can book more because they've got three or so nights are able to book them up before you can. So Haven, if I was to give you a bit of feedback, I think the main thing would be to maybe change this booking system. Perhaps have it that you get one person, a slot for one person per day. So it means that everyone has enough booking slots to at least swim once a day. And it means that you get the amount based on how many nights you're staying for. So that was just a little bit of an explanation about the booking system. They have a system very similar to this for almost all activities. They have a football session that's on every 4:30 on Sundays, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think, and you have to book that online as well. I think everything is essentially booked online there. So on one hand, it is nice to be able to just book everything from your phone rather than having to get up and go to reception. But when the app goes wrong, it can cause slight problems. As you saw, it hadn't even picked up we checked in on that night of the cleanliness guarantee issue. So in conclusion, when I average out all of the scores I've given so far, it comes to a 7.5 out of 10. I hope you've enjoyed this little review of this holiday park. I'm sorry that I didn't have enough to show you with the arcade and things, because stupid GoPro. Anyway, like I mentioned earlier, do check out the vlog series if you want to see more details about the local area, I'll be doing a nice drone montage after this as well, so keep an eye out for that. That should hopefully be pretty epic. But anyway, I won't keep you too long. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.